Hey, what's up? It's Triggy. Today we're going to be making a robot assistant like Jarvis from Ironman.
1974 Stark Expo model scan complete, sir.
How many buildings are there?
Am I to include the Belgian waffle stands?
That was rhetorical, just show me.
Our design's actually going to function a little more like Siri since it's not actually attached to any hardware or robotics, but it's a good first step and it's going to look a little something like this.
Hi, how are you?
I am doing well.
Please bring me the hammer.
Okay, I'll bring you the hammer.
Okay, now put the hammer back.
Okay, I'll put the hammer away.
What time is it?
It's 11:58 a.m.
Convert 5 inches to millimeters.
5.0 inches equals 127.0 millimeters.
Okay, thank you. Shut down.
Shutting down.
Alright, so let's take a look at the code.
At the start of our code, we're going to define some arrays of words. So for example, we're going to want to define what are some of the tools we might ask to be brought to us or put away. We're also going to want to know what kind of words might indicate that we want the robot to bring us something. Conversely, we're going to want to know what words might indicate that we want the robot to put something away. Then we'll enter into the main loop, and every time the loop is iterated, we want to check a couple things. So we want to check whether or not there's any indication in the command that we give to the robot that it should bring something, whether there's any indication that should return something, and if we've mentioned any sort of tool. And if we run into any errors along the way, we can track that with conflict. So we'll go ahead and request an input from the user. We'll save that in a variable called command, and then we'll analyze that input. So the first thing we'll do is we'll check to see if there was a tool word mentioned. Then we'll just go ahead and define the current tool, which I've delineated with an underscore tool, with the tool that was found in the command. Next, we're just going to check if a bring synonym was mentioned, or one of those words that we thought might indicate that the robot should bring us something. So we'll just search through the command to see if one of those words was mentioned. And now we're going to do the exact same thing for those words that would indicate that the robot should return one of these tools. And then we'll decide on our response. If there isn't any conflict, if conflict is false, then we're going to say, great, are we supposed to bring something? If so, the response is from the robot is that it'll bring us whatever tool we indicated in the input. If it was supposed to return something, it'll give a return response, and that should cover all our cases. So this else case is just for debugging. This should never come up. And in the case that there was a conflict, then we'll just have it respond for now, sorry, I didn't understand, and we'll have it print the response. So that'll look like this if we say, please fetch me a hammer. We see that the response is, okay, I'll bring you the hammer. In the case that we say something that isn't a direct command to bring or return something, it's not very fun. So hi, how are you? It just says, sorry, I didn't understand. So that's going to be the next thing we do. And actually, since the only way to exit the loop is with the keyboard interrupt, what I'll do real quick is say, if shut down, whoops, in command.lower, so we'll check to see if at any point in the command you say shut down, the response will be shutting down, and we'll set done to true. Check that real quick. Learn how to type. We'll say, please shut down, thanks. Shutting down, and the program closes. Great. The library that is going to do a lot of the heavy lifting for the dynamic responses of this robot is going to be Chatterbot. So we'll go ahead and install that. I have the requirement already satisfied.
So I don't know if this also happens to you, but for me, whenever I try to install anything with pip, it's a total crapshoot. Sometimes it'll go really smoothly, like this. Pip3 install numpy. Woo! And sometimes it's a little more like this. Pip3 install chatbot. Your PyYAML library is out of date. Oh, it's too up to date. I need an older version? How do I do that? Okay, now It updated automatically. How do I make it not update automatically? Cannot access the shared library. What is that? Is that this folder? I need to download this thing? What is it? Whatever, I'm downloading it. Yes, I do have permission, sudo. This is in C++. I feel like it shouldn't be in C++. Chatbot for me was a little like that second case, but I ended up making a virtual environment which fixed everything, so now it runs.
And from Chatterbot, we're going to import Chatbot and List Trainer. So what we'll do is we'll define a new Chatbot, give it a name, and then we're going to decide that we're going to train it using the List Trainer that we imported. What that means is you're going to supply the List Trainer a script with inputs and responses, and the Chatbot trainer is then going to look through that script and decide which one most closely matches the input that you gave it, and then it'll give the corresponding response. Now the only thing we have to change is we'll change our default response from "sorry, I didn't understand that" to the Chatbot response. So it has to load the trainer, it just takes a second, and it still has the same functionality as before. Please put the saw away. Okay, I'll put the saw away. There should be a space there, we can fix that. But now if we say, "Hi, how are you?" I'm doing well. Who are you? I am Paula. And these are all coming from this script here. Now you'll notice even if I say one of these lines that isn't exactly the way that it is phrased in the script, it'll still give a response that corresponds to it. So what would be a good example? Maybe, "What are you doing?" What is it that you are currently doing? I'm just working with you. So it went through the script and found that that was the most similar input and gave the corresponding response. And now we can still say, "Please shut down." So in order to be able to talk to this robot the same way that Ironman talks to Jarvis, what we want to do is use speech recognition. In this case, I'm really just using example code from this library that I found, speech recognition, but we're going to want to install that. I already have the requirement satisfied, and we're going to import it as SR. So in this line, I guess we use this to obtain audio from the mic. And then what we'll do in the main loop is we're going to replace this line, which defines our command to be some sort of text input, and instead we're going to listen to the microphone, which is our source, and then our command is going to be Google's speech recognition, turning that audio into a string. And if something goes wrong, we're just going to continue and start the loop over from the top. So let's run that. Put the hammer away. How are you doing? Okay, shut down. Sweet, okay, that works pretty smoothly. Now we also want our robot to respond to us in speech instead of in text. So we'll use another library for that, text to speech. And we're also going to need to import OS, just so that we can send commands to the terminal through our Python code. Great, just like before, the requirement's already satisfied, but for you it should start downloading some stuff. We'll import that. Now what we'll do is, in addition to printing the response, we're going to check that the response isn't nothing, and if it isn't nothing, we're going to save that response as an MP3, and then play that MP3. So let's try that out. What is your favorite food?
DC voltage with a side of current.
Isn't that cute? Alright, put the hammer away.
Okay, I'll put the hammer away.
If it is at all convenient for you, please shut down.
Shutting down.
So from there, it's pretty easy to add whatever functionality you want. I've added a couple fun things on here. Paula, what time is it?
It's 1:39 p.m.
Convert 10 inches to meters.
10.0 inches equals 0.254 meters.
Your responses suck.
Don't speak to me like that.
Please shut down.
Shutting down.
So there you go. You can take this project as far as your imagination and coding ability will let you. And I'm going to do the same and see if I can't make something a little more robust, a little more dynamic.
Anyway, see what you can come up with. If you like the video, consider subscribing.